Very recently, the Geometry Dash Demons List legalized FPS bypass. But what does this mean for the game? Today I will be explaining FPS bypass and exploring its possible effects on the future of this community. Okay, but first, I want to say I'm super happy bypass is legal now because I no longer have to cash out for a $300 240Hz monitor and I can just bypass my way through the demons list. But you know what they say, you can't have your 240 or 300Hz cake and eat it too. There's more to bypass. Though it is a useful tool, bypass won't ever be as good as actually purchasing a high refresh rate monitor. Additionally, I'd add that the list capped the maximum bypass frame rate at 300Hz. If you have any more questions, you can read all the rules on the Demons List Discord server. The native refresh rate of most monitors is 60Hz, where 60 refreshes per second. In other words, 60 frames per second. However, some monitors are built to do 140 or even 240 of these refreshes per second, which makes your game run and feel a lot smoother. Your computer is most stable, however, when it is at the native refresh rate of your monitor, as the rate of your monitor is what it's essentially just built to perform to. This is why a lot of games offer a VSync setting. It locks the game to FPS at the native refresh rate, which helps your game be very stable, but consequently causes it to perform less smoothly than it otherwise could if you had a higher refresh rate. In Geometry Dash, your frame rate naturally fluctuates, but VSync attempts to lock it at your monitor's native refresh rate. I think that due to its very rudimentary graphics, Geometry Dash runs just fine at the native refresh rate, compared to more visually complex games, which may prefer to turn VSync off. I find it best to leave VSync on for this game though. However, FPS bypass allows Geometry Dash to run at a much higher frame rate, which makes the game a whole lot smoother and consequently easier. The ability to raise your refresh rate allows for a lot less input lag, making skills such as straight flying way easier. However, it is at the cost of stability, which results in large frame inconsistencies and resultant fluctuation in input speeds. If you want to learn more about what bypass and refresh rates do, please go check out Draconia Army's video on the subject. It is really informative and goes into a lot more detail than I have. I'll leave a link in the description. Anyway, enough explanation. Let's get to the theorizing. I think bypass might be the next big moment in Geometry Dash's history. Comparable to Ice Carbon Diablo X or Bloodbath's verification for their respective eras. However, it kind of depends on whether you're a 240Hz player or a 60Hz player. While the bypass may not provide a huge advantage to everyone, I found in my testing that 120 FPS makes Cataclysm and its straight flying much easier than 60 FPS ever did. Cataclysm is still a bit over my head, but it's a lot closer if I have bypass. As a result, this will make the Demons List a lot more accessible to average players, as they can now perform straight flying and other difficult maneuvers and timings. This will make the lower extremes a lot more reachable. With this increase, I think we'll see a lot more difficulty inflation. I explained this in my last video, and it essentially just means that former extreme demons will become increasingly easy and accessible for new players. And even the possibility of Bloodbath falling to the legacy list. Well, once all the good 60Hz players go to 120, 240, or even 300 FPS. This will lead to a lot of the easier extremes falling out of the list as people create and verify harder levels at faster rates. We may even see a new best player rise out of the 60Hz space, whose skill rivals even the top players. Now to the upper list. Though I have not tried many of the upper list demons, I have a suspicion we might see a few more Tartarus victors and the possibility of a new hardest demon. If we see players like Technical or Dolphy playing at 300Hz, Ocular Miracle and Silent Circles might come out a bit faster. And I think we would see a lot more new entries in the top 10 such as Arachi once it gets done. Overall, I think that allowing bypass will not result in these already great players becoming much better, but it will allow a lot new contenders with 60 or 144Hz monitors to become elite players. FPS bypass doesn't provide a huge advantage the higher up you go. I can assure you that 360 and 420 FPS look exactly the same, but doubling or quadrupling one's refresh rate will surely make the top 10 easier to break into. Bypass is still unstable and not as good as actually buying a better monitor, but I'm sure it will cause sweeping changes and increases in skill all across the community, both now and in the future. I just want to thank all you guys for watching till the end. Sorry about the script reading, I just really don't feel like doing this in more than one take. I mean, I have other stuff I want to do. It's freaking summer, come on man. I want to update you all about some stuff. First, I deleted my 0 subscriber special / channel update thing, as I was unhappy with the mic quality and script, so that's gone now. I also want to plug my Twitch, which you can find at twitch.tv/winstylexii. I'm going to beat Supersonic soon, well, hopefully, and I'm going to do a bit of creating too. Additionally, I'm rebranding the Party Rocker 4479, and that'll happen to my Twitch in like 2 weeks. Next video might be about GD Twitch, or layout, or maybe map packs, but yeah. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.